More shocking secrets are now emerging from the Playboy Mansion after this new documentary revealed Hugh Hefner had been secretly recording intimate acts that were taking place around the home. Plus, he was recording people without their permission, both people that he was being intimate with and even his own guests. According to Hef's former girlfriend, Sandra Theodore, she said that Hugh would tape just about everybody, including her, adding that she was shocked the first time that she had seen herself on two screens in the bedroom. Sandra claimed that whenever they had invited over other women into the bedroom, some of them would be weirded out by the camera being there. So according to Sandra, he would pretend that he had hit stop recording to make them feel more comfortable. But little did they know, he never actually pressed the stop button. In the new A&E series called Secrets of Playboy, Hugh's former butler also exposed him for recording celebrities and athletes having sex with other women in his bedroom. And so of course, having tapes like that in his possession meant that Hugh Hefner held a lot of power over these people. On top of that, it was also reported that Hugh would host something that he called Pig Night once a week. This is where he would invite over multiple escorts to his mansion for his friends to get, well, cozy with, but the whole time he had been recording everything. Now in the state of California, if he did in fact videotape people without asking their permission, then that is a crime. Sandra, though, hasn't been the only former girlfriend of Hef's that has been exposing his past behavior. Holly Madison, who dated him between 2001 and 2008, said that living in the mansion felt like being in a cult. According to her, the famous Playboy bunnies were given weekly payments of $1,000 by Hugh and had to live under some very strict rules, which included being back at the home by 9 p.m. and not being allowed to leave the property for long periods of time. When describing further about why it felt like a cult, Holly said, "The reason I think the mansion was very cult-like looking back on it is because we were all kind of gaslit and expected to think of Hef as like this really good guy. You started to feel like, oh, he's not what they say in the media, he's just a nice man." Another thing that reminds me of a cult is how it was so easy to get isolated from the outside world there, adding, "He said it made him jealous and he would appreciate it if I quit my job, so instead we were given $1,000 a week as an allowance. You had a 9 o'clock curfew, you were encouraged to not have friends over, and you weren't really allowed to leave unless it was like a family holiday." She also discusses what her first night at the mansion was like. Holly claimed that it was a traumatic first night after he was literally pushed on top of her and then lashed out because she had cut her hair too short for his liking. The details of Hugh's life have continued to be exposed since his passing in 2017 at the age of 91. Now we have even more rumors about Hollywood stars deciding to take part in Hef's scandalous nights that he apparently had recorded behind their backs. On top of that, there have been also allegations of SA and the use of things like Quaaludes to fuel these wild parties. The mansion itself is no longer owned by the Hefner family. Hugh had sold it for $100 million just a year before he passed away. Although when his neighbor Darren purchased the home, he allowed Hugh to live in it until he passed. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this though, because that's all the time we have for today. So stay classy, and I'll see you in the next one.